Hey y'all, Taker here, and today we have yet another big Amiami haul. Yeah, without further ado, let's not waste any time. Let's get right into this thing. As you probably noticed, for this Amiami haul, I did a little bit more than just figures. I decided to kind of get into pre-ordering plushes as well. These first two up are going to be Wadabu and Warabu, both being from the Dragon Quest Monsters series. And these plushes were released in celebration of the new Dragon Quest Monsters game that came out, I believe, last year, December. It looks really, really interesting. I believe it takes place before Dragon Quest 4? I believe it's Dragon Quest 4. Or it might be 5. I'm not sure. I'm kind of behind on my Dragon Quest playthroughs. But I remember these two from the very first Dragon Quest monster for the Game Boy Color. And that was Dragon Warrior monsters, back when Dragon Quest was still kind of having a legal dispute about series names. Wadabu is the guardian spirit of Great Tree. The protagonist, Terry, is pretty much the main character of that game, and Wadabu teaches him how to be a monster wrangler. And the pink one, the one that looks a little bit more mischievous, is Warabu, and he's the guardian spirit of Great Log. And actually, one of the main characters that the protagonist deals with in Dragon Quest Monsters, or excuse me, Dragon Warrior Monsters 2. So I am very surprised that they finally got merch. Maybe they have a really important role in the new Dragon Quest Monsters game. But I'll have to wait and see, because again, I haven't bought those games. My video game backlog is looking incredibly scary. I just do not have a ton of time to be playing through RPGs at this point, but I will definitely get on it. That is definitely on my to-do list, is to play that game, because Dragon Quest Monsters is some of my favorite monster collecting games of all time. Now, in celebration of the new DLC for Elden Ring that's coming out in June, this coming summer, we have our faithful companion, Torrent. Now, yeah, this Torrent is adorable. This is just a really cute plush of Torrent. I don't know what else to really say about this other than, is he a pony? Is he a goat? Is he a horse? Is he a zebra? Is he a donkey? Not quite sure what the spectral steed is, but I really need to get a Ronnie and Melina plush to kind of match the cuteness of this Torrent. I do have a Ronnie Nendoroid that I've pre-ordered. She's probably going to come out in Q4 of 2024, but we'll see when Good Smile actually delivers with that Nendoroid. But I am very excited to increase my Elden Ring merch one bit at a time. And I have one more plush to show off. And now for our final plush, I have one of Anya's most trusted generals, Chimera-san from Bass.EXE family. And Chimera-san is a very faithful plush. He has some really great stitching. He has all the details you expect from him. He is as close to perfect as possible. I haven't really been doing my due diligence with collecting Bass.EXE family merch, so I'm very happy to kind of like have at least one thing from Spy Family in my collection now. And I'll happily be adding him to my plush army. And with that, let's get into some of the other goods I got from Amiami. Now here is something very special. This was probably one of the most popular pre-orders on Amiami during the holidays. It might not look like much, but this is pretty much a must-have for any Amiami fanatic. And that is Amiami box model kits. Yes, Amico-chan finally has a model kit, and this is this is great. This is actually absolutely fantastic. 1/12 the scale of regular Amiami boxes. If you haven't had enough of Amiami taking your money, now you can have the joys of working as an unpaid Amiami warehouse worker in your home by putting together the Amico model kits. Now, as you can see, I have yet another Melusine figure. If you remember on a previous unboxing, I did get the Hobby Beat Melusine scale figure, but hey, you can never have too much Melusine, am I right? And this one is Melusine with her first ascension. With how I have her set up, she's holding her Erendites, as you can see. Pretty standard in terms of like the character card that's in F-Go. But she does come with a lot more accessories. So if you take off her faceplate, you can actually pop out her little hair pieces, and you can place her shroud, her face covering. In the games, you call it a Spiritron dress, and it's just a character skin. And this one is just with her eyes covered. It has some story relevance, but I'm not going to get into it for my people who have yet to play Lost Belt 6. And of course, she does have other faceplates, and the Erendites do come off, so you can present her with just her regular hands, as well as a different faceplate from her more serious look to a little smug smile. And even kind of like a cute, aha, did I do that type of face. A really cute sticking tongue to the side of mouth face, which is adorable. I think I'll actually probably have her sticking out her tongue while doing the peace sign. I just think it is just absolutely adorable. So yeah, that's Melusine. I feel like once you have one Nendoroid, you kind of got them all. So not really much to go into other than I hecking love Melusine. Now here's when we start getting into the big guns. Now, I picked up this CC figure for a pretty good price on Amiami Pre-Owned. She has been out for quite a bit, but this is definitely Mega House's better figures. Whoop. Do not have her fall on me just yet. We still have to show her off in one piece. And a very simple construction. Not much assembly needed. She is really CC here is pretty ready to go out of the box. I just need to find the holes. There we go. I found them. Now here we go. We have CC from Code Geass, and I will be one to say this figure is fantastic. I really do like her design. It's just a very sexy design. What can I say? With her leaning over a pillar, the face that she's making, just the absolute majesty of this figure. It aged incredibly well. Because I haven't finished Code Geass, I don't know who this character is. I haven't gotten past episode 2 of Code Geass. I actually thought this was a Fire Emblem character. I thought this was Palla, one of the oldest Pegasus sister from Fire Emblem, the Shadow Dragon, like the first Fire Emblem in the series, the one with Marth and his gang. And I was just like, there's a Palla figure out there? If it really is, I need to have it. You know, sadly, that really isn't the case. This is not Palla, but that was kind of my reasoning for even getting this figure, was that, like, in my headcanon, their outfits are pretty similar too. The Pegasus Sisters outfits, I don't believe, is too different from her. I believe this is her battle suit for the mechs in Code Geass, maybe? Not, again, I'm not, I know. Me not finishing Code Geass is like an anime sin, but I'm gonna get into it. I will finish Code Geass before the end of 2024. That is my promise to you as the viewers. I will watch Code Geass. But yeah, this figure is amazing. I am gonna love having her posed next to Tharja, because I really don't have a lot of Fire Emblem figures. I'm gonna remedy that soon with some of my other pre-orders. I have Colgate-chan pre-ordered, as well as Corrin, so I'm pretty excited to have more Fire Emblem characters. So she's gonna fill in that Fire Emblem void that I have currently. Yeah, she's gonna look great next to Tharja. They even have like the same kneeling, you know, like bending forward pose. So it's gonna look pretty natural when it all comes together. Here it is, the Bass vs. Megaman.EXE diorama figure by Mega House. Now this figure is a must-have for a Mega Man fan. Alright folks, this is it. What you're looking at right here is my childhood. And I have to say, out of all the Mega Man games I've played, Mega Man Battle Network is my absolute favorite Mega Man game of all time. And that's coming from someone who started out his Mega Man journey playing Mega Man Extreme 2 for the Game Boy Color. When I got my Game Boy Advance, I don't remember where I saw someone playing Mega Man Battle Network. I think it was one of my cousin's birthday parties. And I just kind of fell in love, and I knew I had to get the game. I believe I started with Mega Man 2, or was it 3? All I know is that the first level was the school server being on fire because of Flame Man, I believe. No. That was Mega Man 1. I believe my very first Mega Man Battle Network was actually, yeah, I think it was Mega Man Battle Network 2, where there was Light Man. Light Man hijacked the high school. But regardless, my final Mega Man game I played, I believe, was Mega Man Battle Network 6, Gregar Edition, and that's really what you're seeing in this figure right now. Bass, or is it Bass? We're gonna use Bass. Bass sounds cooler. Bass and Megaman are fighting on top of the corpse of Gregor, the cyber beast of destruction, the wolf of the end. It's been a long time since I've played that game, but I remember it being the absolute best game in the series. Mega Man 6 just really built upon all the other games and what they brought to the table and just made it amazing. But let me stop fangirling here. This figure, it's so good. It's not like perfect. It's definitely a bit smaller than how I imagined it to be. I think it's barely the size of an average scale figure at around 9 inches, I believe. At least that's what it looks like just looking at it. But man, I am such a Mega Man nerd. It's been such a long time since I touched a Mega Man game, but looking at this just brings me so much nostalgia. I just remember Bass being an absolute hurdle. Like, you really had to bring your A game. He was usually the secret boss of most Mega Man Battle Network games, and he kind of fought differently from your average Battle Navi or Virus, with like having to take out his shield first before you could damage him. And as a kid, it was just really difficult, really frustrating to fight Bass. Like, he was really, really tough. And this just brings me back to that time of just like being absolutely just kind of like over my head, with Bass having the high ground and using his special move and about to attack Mega Man. Like, it is just a fantastic, like, there's so much dynamism in this figure. I love it. I absolutely love it. Like, there are a couple things with the paint job that could be better, but it just worked. Everything just works. It's a 2-in-1 with even like a little bit of extra sprinkled in. I think it retailed on Amiami for about $100-130. I feel it. This is money well spent right here. The amount of just nostalgia this single figure contains makes it so worth it. I'm really glad I never thought twice about pre-ordering this figure, because I know this is the re-release, or I should say the recolor, because it did get, like, this is the version 1.5. They had a version 1 a couple years back, but it rose so much in price. I think in the aftermarket it's between $300-400 to get it at this point. So I'm really happy that Mega House did a recolor, which was at a more reasonable price point, especially for what you're getting right here. Finally, there is you can change the face. So right here, I do have Mega Man with the face covering. This is usually how he looks when he's in battle mode, but you also have an extra headpiece, so you can switch it out and show his face. And now that doesn't normally happen when, you're in the middle, in the heat of the fight in Mega Man Battle Network, but it's really nice that Mega House gave the option so that Mega Man's face is not obscured, so you can get, best of both worlds. And with that, that's the end of my Amiami haul. I definitely picked up some excellent things for November of 2023. I'm really, really happy with all of my purchases. Even Melusine. It's one more Nendoroid to add to the quickly growing Nendoroid collection, but I think that I can squeeze Melusine in there, just barely. I am very happy with my growing plushie army. Hopefully my cats don't get to them like some of my other plushes. But yeah, that's really it for me today. If you liked what you saw, please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll be coming back to you with some more content. So stay tuned. And with that, see ya!